Get unready and unlearn with me. Racism is a system, just like all the other isms. Capitalism, sexism. And these systems are designed to control, whether it is through sex or gender, sexism, whether it's through capital or money, capitalism, or race, racism. Racism is founded on the ideal that the lighter your skin is, the more the system benefits you, i.e., white supremacy. This system was created in like the 1600s or 1700s to uphold some sort of financial gain, power, always the same shit. When I was growing up, society told me that racism was skinheads and hillbillies, when really racism is not a person, it's a system, and it's much more insidious than that. If you're a racist, you believe in the system of white supremacy and upholding that. It's not just calling someone the N-word. That's a symptom of it. That's an action. That's prejudice. That's hate. But racism is the belief that this system, this country is built systemically on the supremacy of lighter skin, period. You see it in the food system, you see it in the banking system, you see it in the housing, you see it in the government, you see it in the media. It's everywhere, honey. This is the system we're living in. And racism is a system that has been designed to withstand outrage. It can withstand backlash, which is an extremely exhausting realization. When we are giving backlash to racist people, it's fine and that's valid. Express yourself, but let's remember that they are able to do this because of a highly functioning, well-oiled machine that is racism in this country. I cannot wait to live in a society that is free of oppressive systems, of control, that's fueled by hate. But until then, I will keep educating the newer generation of people who have to unlearn what I unlearned. And I will not grow tired of that. Racism is not a person. It's a system.
Absolutely. And I'm going to show you an example of racism that has nothing to do with anybody saying the N-word or someone saying that they hate a group of people. This is something as simple as entitlement. Let's take a look. Take a look at these comments real quick. Those comments were addressing this video I posted. In this video, I address Black people specifically to talk about Black History Month and to remind us that we need each other's support during this month, because that's when these people come out in full force with the intention of tearing us down and tearing us apart. However, the people commenting this didn't watch the video. It's not really about the video at all. The simple fact that the video was titled "For Black People Only" is what set them off, because they're used to living in a world where they are entitled to being part of every conversation and fitting into every single space. That is an entitlement that is fueled by white supremacy and white supremacy only. So when we call someone a racist or call out racist behavior, it is so much deeper than just,
"Ooh, I made some people mad with my last video. You are biracial, not Black." Which is funny because the video was literally about being biracial. I typically get these comments from Black people who really want to get up in my comments and make sure I know that I'm not Black. And then for every one of those comments, I have another one from somebody else saying, "You're not biracial. Biracial doesn't exist." Then there's the "mixed race is the correct term that you should be using." And this is like a common mixed kid experience.
Impudence! The audacity! The unmitigated gall!
For the umpteenth time, Race is a social construct, which means it changes based on how you experience it. So a biracial or mixed race person like, say, Bob Marley experiences his race completely different than somebody like Meghan Markle. I identify as biracial. It's what I feel most comfortable identifying as for the experiences that I've had. But make no mistake, the world interacts with me and views me and treats me as a Black woman. Nobody stops to ask about lineages or parental skin colors or percentages. So, Milsa and the 54 other people who said this and growing, I am biracial. But I'm biracial because I say I'm biracial, not because you say I'm biracial. And I'm also Black. I'm actually anything that I say that I am. You have no say. All my mixed kids out there, comment your experiences below, because I know I'm not.
So this is not at all an attack on you or anything, but on this one, you are really wrong. Everyone can be racist. In our society, in the majority of the world, that racism that is in place, the systemic racism, is against people of color, 100%. I would never deny that, and that is horrible. That's why people need to be educated. But to say that people of color cannot be racist is so dumb. Interpersonal racism is a thing, and that is because of what beliefs they hold. To give white people the characteristic of racism because they're white, there's a word for that. Have you ever heard some people of color, especially on this app, talk about white people? They can be racist too. That's not systemic racism, of course not. I would never say that, but you were so condescending to the experience of this person because they're white. Again, there is a word for that, but I don't know, maybe you can help me on this. I posted an article in your comment section about this because there are different forms of racism. Systemic racism is something different than interpersonal racism. And that person in Nigeria probably has experienced interpersonal racism. I mean, when white people are kind of, I don't know, with this new person around because they're Black, that's racist. But when people of color say, oh my God, I don't know about this person, they're white and I don't know if I can trust them, that's not racist. What the hell? We should educate that there is also racism against white people, but it's not systemic. White people don't have to be afraid when the police stops them. But racism still exists everywhere. I'm sorry, you're wrong. Get off your high horse.
And as soon as Black History Month starts.
Black.
Caucasian.
Black.
Caucasian.
Black.
Caucasian.
Black.
Caucasian.
Dark skin.
Caucasian.
Dark skin.
Light skin.
Dark skin.
Fair skinned.
Dark skin.
Porcelain skinned.
Y'all, I can't even make this up. It is day 1 of Black History Month, and look at my comments. I'm creating a White History Month. Your Blackness is no better than my whiteness. We're humans, so get over yourself. These people make me sick. That's why I'm laying here sick in my bed, because of these people. Anyway, happy Black History Month, y'all. If you want to support me this month through all this bullshit, my PayPal is right here. Creating content for y'all is my full-time job, but there is no creator fund in Canada, so I cannot make money through this app alone. Stay tuned for my Black History Month content, because we're really going to get into it. You can actually start right now. I already have a Black History Month video pinned to the top of my page, so go watch that.
Honestly, when I was younger, a lot of shit was different. Like, the way I was treated was way different. I had to really develop and kind of teach myself to fit in with both races. And especially once I moved, it became worse because then you're kind of taken out of your element of what it's like to be Black. So definitely in those early teen years, you kind of start to develop your personality to survive in the world for real. I was a lot lighter looking, and a lot of it's not really just skin color is the point of this video, but it's really a lot of it is your personality. And just that little bit of skin color along with the personality makes a difference in how you're perceived and how you're treated. That's easy for a logical adult to say, but what I'm saying is experiences that I went through as basically a child and a teenager. And then obviously this is a 3-minute video, and I left a lot of things out because I couldn't really fit it all in. And the whole point of this video is treatment. They treat you like how you act and how you talk.